There we go. We're on YouTube right now with a really, really blurry here. Well, it's less than blurry now, but I'll have to correct that in a minute. Yeah, we can go to YouTube, put my call, not your call, into K4PEW into the search block, and you'll see my radio if I get it straightened out on the image here, which I did not do before the net. So I'll straighten it out in a second. Anyway, you can see your signal strength on my here, other stations, and yours if you choose to go back and listen to it. So anyway, you can do that. You can also go to groups. I'm sorry, 14641514641.net for some information on Simplex and that kind of stuff. I hope it's interesting. Go to groups.io for signing up for the email system, groups.India Oscar, and just look under their search, Juliet Simplex Society. Or you can send me an email, k4pew@arrl.net. It's at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, which we've been doing now. This is our first net after the first 8 full years, I estimate, because I don't keep a running detailed blog. I keep a log, but I don't keep a running detailed blog. So we've had at least about 20. Appreciate everybody who checks in, and they don't probably realize the full extent, the good that it does the ham community to have a place where people can listen and see who they can hear, who is, and realizing that that quarter wave antenna in the attic just ain't cutting. I avoided saying discone or J-pole because if those up high enough, they work okay. Not great, they work okay. Well, at least for city blockers. We're conducting that, of course, on 146.415 net tonight on 144.240 and 50. Today is Saturday. Yeah, 50.135 upper side. We also did, just for those who aren't in on the thing there, we do a D-Star, we do a D followed by a D-Star net, followed by a C4 FM net that starts at 7 o'clock, preceding this net. So you're interested in getting on those, jump in there, and you can use a handheld. You can use a handheld connected to a a decent antenna, maybe the one you're using on 2 meters now. Well, people are on that way, and they do great. At any rate, purpose of that is to have fun. Figure out who you can hear, who you can't hear. So signals or good signals or whatever, we don't really ridicule. It's a fun hobby. And announcements. The announcement I have tonight are those 3 nets. We had a great breakfast this morning. I think it was 11 or 12 there this morning. Excuse me. We got to what it typically is, just a good time. Hams getting together and solving all the ham world problems and every problem you can think of. Just bring a. Is there any other announcements tonight? Aside from the 10-meter net, tomorrow night on Sunday, tomorrow 7:30 p.m. I almost did. 7:30 p.m. 10 meters. That's 28.415 upper side beam. 28.415. The micro KM4YRF doing that net, which he's been doing for putting an eye on 3 years. So that's also going well. He's on 8 years. We get 8 years, but by that time we're going to have whatever that adds up to. Let's see, that's 5 more. We'll have 13, and he'll have 8. It'll get closer as you get. We'll have 50, and he'll have 5. Anyway, any other announcements? All righty, no more announcements, and we won't take any more time with that. Then we'll be taking starting from the south, but we're going to first take in short timers, so we'll start taking people short on time first. All right, Jimmy, hold on 1 second. I heard KN4. Who was the Kilo November?
4 TKS, Rick in Ashland City.
Rick, you changed your name?
Just checking in.
Very good. We got Rick. Is he short on time, or are you short on time, or are you both short on time?
No, I'm not short on time. He's just short on time. He's got
Okay, very good. And Rick, Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot, and we'll catch up Michael in a little bit. We also heard good to hear from you.
Hey, good to hear you too, Paul. It's been a while. I know I've been busy, but I worked gone last weekend. Rode to Indiana and back, so I missed the net again. So sorry about that.
Oh, I'm out there. Was it a pleasure trip? I hope.
Oh yeah, we had a good time. We got up with some friends at for a round. So yeah, it was fun. No problem at all. The weather was great, and I had a good time.
Awesome. Well, very good. Anything else for the net for?
No, sir. Just check me in and out, short on time. So I'll catch y'all a little bit later on. Good to hear you, KTYJ.
Very good. That was Jim, Kilo Echo 4. I'm sorry, yeah, Kilo Echo 4 Tango, Yankee Juliet, and he's in Woodbury. That's where he is. Couldn't think of it for a moment. Sorry about that. Well, anybody else short on time?
Kilo up to 4, Mike Kilo Delta.
That doesn't sound like Doug. Is that somebody else in there?
Yeah, I had my wife record just for fun.
Ah, very good, very good. I thought, well, maybe you were having you had a problem sticking something in a vise and you got a real high octave going there.
Nah, just playing around with this recording on this. People just jump in and say hello to all, and man, it's a bummer about the handset. Maybe next year.
Yeah, because that was a nice little ham fest. By the way, everybody else, Doug was asking me earlier in the day about, and I checked into it, in the Bowling Green Ham Fest, the Vet City Ham Fest is not going to be there this year. I don't know why. They apparently had some issues, and I don't know what those issues were. So just unfortunate they don't have that going on this year. Anyway, that was Doug, Kilo Oscar for Mike Kilo Delta in the.
That would be Greenbrier.
Yeah, very good. I always wanted to say Greenbrier, something else. Anyway, Doug's in Greenbrier. Kilo Oscar for Mike Kilo Delta. Excuse me. Who else is short on time? Very good. Do we have any first time check-ins? Well, very good. And we'll just start right out from the south. Please come down. Hey, Tony. Ever still down you in spite of your problems on the silly mode?
I decided to stop my.
Well, it is in a way. If everybody can't hear you, I just feel like we've wasted money on a. By the way, remind me to ask you about a squelch issue on that radio. Anyway, everything else going well?
And as best I can tell, there isn't a squelch on that radio.
Okay, very good. Well, you've got the same one as I do, correct?
I'm guessing that's why we talk back and forth, and I don't know. It's
Yeah, I don't know. We'll get. So I think. Well, I'm optimistic. We'll get to the bottom of it, Tony. Anyway, that's Tony Kilo Foxtrot, Quebec, and he's in Smyrna. A good signal out of Smyrna. He's also got the X700 Diamond. Not that I'm advertising Diamond. It's just that he has the same antenna, and it may be the highest gain antenna in the 2 meter. Anyway, who else is south? Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, look under. He posted a setting. I didn't see the basic parameters. That might be what's in where you're going to find the squelch thing if there is one. And I know you got a lot of Katie.
Yeah, under the basic parameters there. I don't know if you heard him talking there, Tony.
I heard him all of it.
All right, very good. I don't know. I'll take a look myself. Anyway, Tony. Man, I swear that was a quadruplet. Did I hear you in there, Larry? KE4 SYV?
Yeah, man, you got me. And we had 5 on.
Very good. That was a little more like the average number I'm used to. Everything else well?
Yep, doing good here, man. Why don't you get on with it? KE4 SYV.
Very good. That was Larry Rockvale, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. He does the He's starting at 7:15. He's doing the net with low power, so you can talk to him on low power if you're in a reasonable antenna and a reasonable distance. Who else is?
WB9RXK.
WB9 Romeo X-Ray Kilo. Sounds like a new check-in to me, but I don't remember that call.
Good morning, good evening, for PEW, WB9RXK. John, it's been a year since we've checked in. We're down here in Mount Juliet visiting our daughter, and we haven't been down in quite a while. Running an FDM 400 AC about 50 watts. K4 PEW in the net, that's RXK.
Yeah, John, as soon as you started talking a little bit, I realized who it was. I just didn't remember the call. And as you were saying that, I said, wait a minute, that's a 9 call. That must be John. I appreciate you coming in there. How long are you staying?
Oh, we're going to stay the week, doing some work around the house and enjoying this great Tennessee weather.
Oh, at the moment, wonderful. Well, very good. I'm glad you're in town. I'm sorry you missed the breakfast this morning.
Yeah, a lot of things going on. Next day.
Very good. That was John, Whiskey Bravo 9, Romeo X-Ray Kilo, and he's normally in Iowa. Down here visiting his daughter. He gets down here routinely. Last time he checked in was about a year ago. So it's nice to have you in there, John. Really is. And now you can go back in the house and tell your wife you did a good thing. Anyway, who else is south? Charles, you in there? You're talking about Sierra Foxtrot?
Yeah, he must be gone now.
Yeah, I heard Charles, but I'll take the relay, and that was KG4 Sierra Foxtrot, correct?
Yes.
Very good. Yeah, he checked in. I talked to him before the net, so obviously he can get in and out. I don't know what happened to him. No. Charles, are you there? No, he's not. Who else is south? Please come down. Anybody south? Then we're going over the east. Nobody.
Okay, I'm 4HK.
Hello, Stan. What's going on with you?
Get my ready to take the dog out.
Yeah. Oh, you can come over and take 4 of my 5 dogs out if you want to.
No, I think I'll pass.
All right, very good. Anything else for the net, Stan?
No, that's all. Except I couldn't hear Tom when we were messing around on the 220 megahertz. I think one of the problems I might have is where I put the antenna, there's a tree nearby. I think I need to cut some of the branches on it.
Yeah, that could be. Remember now, Tony's operating from an indoor antenna, and he's got a good elevation. It's in the attic on a two-story building with an attic. He may be having some problems getting out to you.
No, I'm on an outdoor antenna. I'm on an indoor antenna.
Oh, that's what I thought he was talking about. 220. Which one are you talking about there, Stan? Nah, no apology necessary. I know you're married, so you're often wrong, like me. Anyway, very good, Stan. I was Stan, like 4 Hotel Quebec Echo in Lebanon. Who else is east?
Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, Michael in Lebanon.
Hello, Michael. You have to make one of the breakfasts, man.
Well, I've had a lot going on this week, so I couldn't have done it this week and see how it goes. But it sounds awful good.
I know, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a typical fare for breakfast. It's corral, and the good part is all the other hams there.
Well, I guess it's more for the company than the food anyway, but I like breakfast this morning for my sister-in-law's birthday. So that's where I was at today.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's better to be there than with us.
The family obligations take dictate, especially when you got to keep the War Department happy.
we're going to call it from that movie. When I can't think of the name, it's actually the Peace Department.
Well, that's another way to say it because it can change over in a heartbeat, can it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. We are very good, Michael. Now, marriage is more fun than a barrel of monkeys, isn't it?
It is. It's better than the alternative, I guess. Although that sometimes happens too.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, well, I must like marriage. I've been married 3 times, you know.
Oh, that's it. If something happens with this one, I'm by myself.
Yeah, I know. I said the same thing. After this one is it, because after I was married for 26 years, I thought, well, that would be enough, but I went into it again.
Some people are glutton for punishment.
He should be married. Anyway, that was Michael in Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa. You have anything else for the net, Michael? I said, do you have anything else for the net?
No, sir. I'll turn it back to you, and you get on it. You're sounding pretty good. There's a little static out there, but I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I noticed quite a bit of noise tonight on the in the background there. It's just not terrible. It's just a lot of a lot of snap crackle pop at the low end, and it doesn't seem to be bothering anybody's signal. But anyway, that was Michael in Lebanon, Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo. Anybody else east?
Whiskey 4 Mike in the phone. Buckshot.
I just wonder where you've been there. How you doing there?
How about you, Paul?
I seem to be doing fine. I'll have to check with my wife, and you can ask her, get a better answer.
Well, we don't have anything for that, so back to you.
Ah, very good. You're enjoying this cool weather, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but it sure changed radically, didn't it? I mean, last night went down below 60.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, well, you'd be into that. Not it than I do. That's Jimmy. He's retired from the Weather Service. Whiskey 4, Mike, Uniform, Foxtrot. Who else is he?
See 4, EBX.
Hey, Mr. Eddie, everything all right?
Yeah, we've been sitting on the front porch. Go by today.
Is there traffic in that road you're on?
More than you would think.
Because you're not on the main road there. You're facing the other road, aren't you? The little road?
Our street hooks into Central Pike up there at the top of the hill.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wouldn't think, but there is quite a bit of.
Yeah, we got a lot of drivers that seem to do a lot of driving for a dead end street. I tell you that.
Yeah. There wasn't any traffic. You wonder what the heck was going on.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. But hope everybody's doing okay and enjoy this weather while we can. W4EBA.
Yeah, for what it's worth, it's a silly question to ask. Get out on the interstate in the middle of the day here in Tennessee on 40. I did the same thing in Florida. It'll be a Saturday. It'll be the middle of the day. Get out on the interstate, and it looks like there's 1,000 cars I can see in both directions. Busy. Where the heck are all these people going?
Yeah, it makes you wonder. I know it's not that many.
It's the beautiful. I don't even know how to call it. It's the beautiful life they want to do, going where they want to go, and it's all good.
There you go. Enjoy it while you can.
Absolutely. They may seem fleeting, but at least we got them for the moment. That was Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-Ray. That's Eddie. He's in Gladeville. Good signal tower. Anyway, who else is east?
KE8RRO.
Hey, what are you doing on here, man?
I'm guessing you're talking to me, but yeah, I'll come in here, flip my on or whatever just to listen in.
Oh, very good. No, I just haven't heard from you. I was hoping you're doing all right.
Yeah, I've been having some with my health and stuff like that, but I don't think I've got everything sorted out.
Well, listen, after that tornado ripped up your house, I don't know what problems could be worse than that.
I just sorted out So yeah, I figured I would get in here and listen to the radio.
I'm glad you're doing okay. I hope it's nothing serious on the health issues. Health issues can be a pain. It wasn't COVID, was it?
No, no. But, thank goodness for that.
Yeah, very good. Everything else all right?
Yeah, everything else is fine. I mean, I'm doing good now. Whatever, just gotta take some medicine and stuff like that, and that's it. You know, so it is what it is.
Hell yeah. Well, as long as up and active and taking medication, you're still working here in Mount Juliet?
No, I'm not working.
That gets better.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to retire, so why do I need to work?
Okay, very good. I didn't realize you were ready.
I was ready for retirement about 4 years ago.
Oh, wow. Well, very good. Anything else for the net, Kirby?
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Good to hear you guys in there for sure.
Yeah, very good. That's Kirby, Kilo Delta 8, Romeo Oscar, and he Ardo. And who else is East?
WD4.
Hey, how you doing, Jeff?
Very good. How are you guys doing?
I'm glad you're keeping up with the nets over on your side of the world.
I figured I'd give you another check and you deserve it.
Well, here we are. We're starting our 9th year, so we're still in there swinging, you know.
Awesome. Way to go.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. It's all fun. You'd think I'd be tired of it, but I really aren't. It's just I think it's a good service to everybody. I enjoy it. You know, if other people, I presume those who check in enjoy it, I guess. But again, I'm not trying to be entertaining. I just
Like I said, you do a good job. I like how you interface with everybody. I think it's the greatest thing.
oh, that's Jeff. He's in Lebanon. Good signal. Whiskey. He does the. By the way, he's one of the people that does the EOC nets for the Wilson County EOC and does a great job. And make sure to do that. I sent out the reminders for the Tuesday net, which they do it on 2 different machines. I hate using that repeater name, but it's true. They have the repeaters. Anyway, they're out there doing a great job. Integral to the safety of the county, and they're doing it on a volunteer basis, and it's a great thing. That's Jeff, Whiskey Delta 4, Whiskey Bravo Charlie. It is Whiskey Bravo Charlie, right?
Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo. Good.
I had it backwards. Sorry about that. It's Bravo. I thought it looked wrong. That's why I asked you. I remembered I thought it was BW, but confused. Anyway, Whiskey Delta 4, Bravo Whiskey Charlie. And Jeff said, love me. Who else is East?
United.
Hey, man, you did such a good job with this year's, Bill, with this year's Hamfest. Bowling Green gave up.
Oh, we didn't want that to happen. Bowling Green was one of my favorites.
I know. I was disappointed. They elaborate, but they were even going to do a tailgate, and they didn't do it.
Yeah, we probably need to do the, in November or something, perhaps like we did before. We'll just have to.
Well, it worked out well that year that you guys did that tailgate. So I think, what was the count there? It was over 200, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was over 200, and actually, believe it or not, we actually make more money at particular at any of the HamQuest. HamQuest got a lot of overhead, and and we're going to continue to do them. And we're not in it for the money. We're in it to break even and to better ourselves for the next year. But what the heck? Just close the season out with one in November, maybe.
Well, if that's true, and another one in November.
Now you're gonna wear me out.
Well, a tailgate. You don't have to put up any chairs for a tailgate.
Well, I'll tell you what got us onto this November possibility is that our commercial vendor, definitely. So it makes for a nice little event, and it's easily manageable, and it's less workers involved, less volunteers involved.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's in fact, if you couldn't have have the the August event be a giant tailgate, because it's is except for the commercial vendor showing up and having, of course, the testing and some other, having the other speakers.
Yeah, there's some. We're looking at dates on the next year's Hamquist for a couple of reasons. Obviously, the heat is one problem, but we're looking at new venues and looking at that as well, and the venues and blah blah blah. So exciting things next year, I think, will happen with Hamquist. That's for sure.
And I'm glad I was part of it early on, and I'm glad it's worked out so well for everybody. And again, those ham fests of any type, to me, they provide a valuable service to the ham community. No matter how you cut it, I don't care how big or how small, it is a valuable service. It gets people together to get information in parts to make it all work.
Yeah, and the idea of getting out there and looking at the treasures. So feel the treasures. I think that's what we called it last year. Was it last year? Yeah, I guess it was. I don't know. It's these last few years have all pulled together. Anyway, I'll let you have it back, Paul. Appreciate what you do.
Maybe a sea of treasures and an ocean floor of boat anchors.
And don't laugh. I bought a trolling motor once at a Hamquist.
Well, maybe that's a give incentive in oddball things, because you never know who's going to want what you got.
Yeah, it was a canoe, a small Minn Kota trolling motor. The guy was selling, I think it was like $70 or something, and I bought it and was walking through the ham with it over my shoulder. It's like, well, anything goes.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, very good, Bill. Appreciate all you do for that event, and that's for the Hamquest and for the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club. That's Bill, Kilo 4 Whiskey Uniform, and he's in Possum Town. Who else is he?
Yeah, for us, I think, yeah, for us, or but it
Hello, Richard. Good to see you at breakfast this morning.
Good to be there, and I enjoyed it, and we'll do it again 2 weeks. But I'm glad you see one thing, everybody here, and but carry on. Appreciate what you're doing, and now we ain't got to wish anybody to bring weird things to Hamquist or Ham Fest in general that's weird and off the cuff, because it's already been done hundreds of times.
About 20 dozen donuts, and I could walk away with a handful of cash.
I don't hesitate to believe that.
No, either that or I'd eat them all. One of the two. Going well for you, Richard?
Everything's under control, yes, sir. I went to Hartsville today and watched my granddaughter play in the high school band, and it was a lot of fun doing that. She's been learning how to play drums for a long time, but they had a piece in they had a part she was playing a set of drums, and she did real well, and I'm proud of her.
Oh, that's awesome. How long has she been playing drums?
She's sneaking up on 4 or 5 years now. She's pretty doggone good at it too, and everybody that's ever been asked to teach her has said she's way ahead of her game for her age.
Good. How old is she?
She is 10.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's great. I'm glad she's doing well, and people are. Obviously, she's got some kind of talent.
Oh yeah, she's extremely talented, and she can draw anything. Things read. She's a good artist too. So yeah, she's a good.
Oh, that's great. That's cool. What an age that is.
Right?
No, that's great. Anyway, anything else for the net, Richard?
No, I'm good. Thank you, and have a good day. 7:30, everybody. KI4S. I'll be back.
Yeah, very good. That was Richard, KI4SIB, and Stephanie, KSOR, his bride, in there just west of downtown Lebanon. Who else is east?
Hey, Lordy.
Hey, Mr. Earl, what's up with you?
Not much. Just hanging out, holding on tight. How about you?
If I hold on too tight, well, I won't get swung off anyway. I'll fly off into the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just, love to help stay white to be all right.
My wife says she wants to take me to Disney World. I said, "Hey, but you're gonna have to take somebody else on the rides."
Yeah, there you go. Just enjoy the walk around.
Yeah, so I got, and again, having lived in Florida for 37 years, you get. I know it sounds a little silly, but because a lot of people like in Tennessee, a lot of people, including me, walk around in shorts and shorts and sneakers. And if you walk around Disney, you get really tired of seeing people in shorts, Mickey Mouse shirts, and flip flops. Man, it gets.
That's the only thing. Like how pairs of those type of shorts they make my stores. They rather they're worn out now.
Very good. That was Earl, Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. He's in Noreen, just on the other side, east of the Lebanon Park. Who else is east? No, north.
WB0NLO. Good evening.
Hey, how are you doing? We were still having more problems with that DMR tonight. It just gets out so badly, like we talked about this morning.
Yeah, it is pretty awful. I was actually glad to see that radio go, so I wasn't tempted to get on it anymore.
Oh, you sold it, did?
Yeah, it's 11 in ampere.
Ah, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's a if I got on 1.2 gig, if I bought it, I don't think there are any 1.2 gig. Are there exclusively 1.2 gig radio?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it anyway. There wouldn't be many folks to talk to if that was the case.
No, and so I have to ask the question: why in the world would an Icon stick one on a?
Well, they had room for something. I guess they had to have it. It's been around quite a while on radios. I think back, what was it? Kenwood 941, maybe something like modules you could put in it for an ad band.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. Well, I know there's a. Hey, wait, by the way, on the 220 net, we're getting we have maybe upwards of 8 people on 220 now.
Yep. Well, that's a good band. If there's a radio for that.
See if you have one, or you're going to find them because they are relatively cheap. They're $142 or something.
Yeah, well, are there mono banders out there, or are they all like tri-band radios?
No, I've got what's it? 220, the one made by Retivus, and it's on like 140 something bucks on Amazon.
Anyway, enjoyed breakfast this morning. Good group. So good discussion. No problems. I'm happy about that.
Oh yeah. Now we just got to summarize our findings and send them up to Congress.
Yeah. And 50% of the population.
No, it's the problems all seem pretty easy to fix until you get to that level, huh?
Well, obviously we know what we're doing. It's everybody else that's screwed up.
Yeah, well, it's funny because here we are. I don't think we have a feeling of overimportance for ham radio or even ham radio operation, or that we're some safe world, because we're like we talked about, 0.02% of the population, and only half of those are even reasonably active. We're talking about a very small group of people.
Yeah, but they're so smart.
Well, I agree. That's why I enjoy talking to people because there's a lot of people smarter than me out there.
Yep. All righty. Well, carry on. Have a good night. I'll be listening.
Very good. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo Zero, Oscar, Northwest Wilson County. Who else is where about was north? I had two in there, but I don't know who the second one was. But I did catch Frank in there. Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo.
Hopefully you can hear me good.
Well, I'm getting that. Sounds like you're in some kind of an execution chamber with the voltage high.
All right. Okay. Oh boy. All right. This microphone's shot. Let me switch to the other.
No, it's not terrible. It's just it's a noise I'm not used to hearing from your mic.
Kind of me, KC14Q.
Charles, you didn't hear that hum on that microphone?
Nope. Didn't hear a thing. You sounded getting crazy.
Well, he's very close, relatively close to me up here in northwest Mount Juliet. But that noise, you must have a filter that goes through the air. You know what it is? It's that extra tax Davidson put on everything, and it strips it out those noises.
This should be better. All that.
Okay, Charles, how are you copying him now? Just say that again, Frank.
This is the other mic. It should be better. It sounds more like you've got a little bit more echo. I can pick up a little more background.
That's funny because there was definitely like I don't want to say it was a 60 cycle hum. What do you think that is, Frank?
I am not sure. I tried. It's that Heil headset. I tried moving the element. I tried doing it. I tried checking in the parts on here. Whoever it is, it sounds like you need medical attention. So then I switched to this mic and you heard me.
I haven't heard that one before. That's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, it looks like my Heil headset isn't anymore. Oh well. It would do that every once in a while, and I'd do something Mark told me, and now that's not working anymore. Anyway, not sure what it is. This is like the 4th or 5th time since I've owned it that it's acting up.
It's not. You don't need a new. You can't get.
I'm not sure it's the element. I mean, I plug it into my computer and record myself, and it sounds fine. So I think it's RF getting in it somehow.
Huh. Interesting. And I find it even more. Charles couldn't hear it, and I could.
Yeah, I know, but I've had that happen before. I've had times where you had a hum, and I don't know. It's weird. It's just the weirdest thing, but I believe it. I know it's messed up because, like I said, I told me seek medical attention. I heard it.
Richard, what was that?
I heard it.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. I thought so. Yeah. No, it was. I'd love to make up stuff about people, but that'd be funny sometimes. But no, I never do that for somebody who sounds like they got medical problems. You know?
Yeah. Well, I was on sideband. I know last time I tried it on sideband with our net, you were like, "Oh my God, that's horrible. Who is that? I can't even make out who that is." So, yeah, there's wrong with it. I don't know what it is. It's I need it because it's like not a cheap headset. It's several $100s. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I've got one of them. I haven't had that problem, but man, I sure don't want it. Not when. Yeah, I think that headset was right at $300 maybe with the adapter.
Yeah, it's about that. It's the Pro Set. It's the Icon one, so it's got a condenser mic in it instead of a regular dynamic one.
Different. It's condenser. I thought it was just a different stock, a different value dynamic mic, and that's the reason it was different.
No, Icons use a condenser mic. If you use a dynamic, you can do it, but it's better to have a preamp.
Wow, and obviously.
Yeah, especially the older ones. The more modern ones are a little bit better with the dynamic, but not the old ones.
As you know, that's one of the problems with the condenser mics. They're extreme. They usually are extremely sensitive, and they pick up a lot of stuff. They don't want to hear you scratching your legs.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the cable inside the boom messed up because the capacitor on there, I don't know. The resistor was fine. There's a resistor. Basically, if you want to think of it as a hot wire, it's got a resistor on it, and the grounded one that's also grounded to the shell of the element is going to the jacket of the coax cable that's in there. So kind of like it looks like a mini RCA cable, you know, where it's got the outer. Anyway, I won't have to any longer. Thanks for doing it and for letting me check out the mic. I'll turn it back over to Katie on our kickback.
Sounded good. Charles says you sounded good both ways. Anyway, that was Kilo, Bravo 9, Romeo, Kilo, Kilo. Who else doubled with Frank?
November 4th.
Oh, yeah, there was a little bit of noise. It was a November 4 what? November 4, India Tango, India. I forget who that is. Help me out.
Marvin and Gallatin.
Oh, very good, Marvin. How are you doing?
Well, I'm getting better. I had some health issues this summer, and I finally got my station working.
Yeah, very good. And Gallatin, I would expect your signal to be better. Is your antenna fairly low?
Yeah, it's just a comet up on the roof, and probably not best.
Yeah, well, when you say your roof, what is that, like 12 feet off the ground, maybe at the base?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, it'd be great if you could double that height, because I can hear you fine, but it's just a little bit noisy being at that height.
Yeah, but with our HOA, I was lucky to get permission to put it up.
Oh, okay. Forget the idea about raising it up double height, unless you can do it secretively.
I thought about that, but sometimes that's more trouble than it's worth.
Well, when I say that secretly, I've known people who put up a push-up pole, and it'll be at the 12-foot height at night, and it's at 25 feet during the day. I mean, 12 feet during the day and 25 feet at night.
I did that I've got that with my HF antenna. I've got a pole like that.
Oh, awesome. Very good. You're doing it. Well, again, it's troubling to do that, and if your signals get, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, it's good for me.
Oh, no, I get it. Well, very good, Marvin. Anything else for the net?
No, I'm good for the net.
All right. I hope your health problems went away.
Before they have, we're going to keep our fingers crossed they fail.
Yeah, I'm with you. Health problems can be a pain in things, but they can be a problem. I'm familiar with some of them. Anyway, there was Marvin in Gallatin, November 4, India, India, and decent signal for a relatively low antenna. Who else is north?
No, okay.
Hold on there, Roy. We got a comment. What's up, Richard?
I've got to tell you something, Mr. Gunn. Sorry to butt in on this, but I talked to a station on 40 meter a while ago. Whiskey Charlie 8, Voice of America. They're having the 78th anniversary of that establishment up there, and I stumbled across them on 40 meter.
Oh, cool. Very good. Where do you remember where they were?
Yeah, they're 20 miles from 20 miles north of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, if I could program that by radio, but it'd be great. But what frequency are they on?
7214. 7.214 was where they were a while ago.
Okay, very good. So Richard was just saying the Voice of America is on a special event to their anniversary on 40 meters. That's Whiskey Charlie 8, Victor Oscar Alpha, Voice of America. So I'm sure most of you have heard of that. And they're on 7214 lower sideband on 40 meters. Over there at some point. Go for it. Thanks, Richard. Hopefully somebody will get something out of that. Roy, how you doing?
You get a certificate when you check with them. Oh, just a little thought. I've been watching the Vanderbilt Alabama game. Just thought I'd chime in. Vanderbilt.
Oh, that's not good.
Yes, depends on which side you're on.
Well, if you live in Tennessee, Vanderbilt.
Well, that's what you get for thinking.
Yeah, I know. You just, as I saw a talk about that recently, and it says, you assume that if there's a reason, like there's there's Titan bars, so to speak, and there's also, there's also Miami Dolphin bars, and never the twain shall meet. You don't walk into a foreign bar with their enemy.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, anyway, everything's sounding good. Just thought I'd give you a quick shout out. And
Very good. You got a lot of snap. You got a lot of noise in there. You got a low power or something?
I might be, but yeah, I'm getting lost. Seems like a little statically tonight.
Yeah, very good. Well, anyway, that's Roy, Kilo, Oscar 4, Oscar, Kilo, Echo. He's in Madison. Kilo, Oscar 4, Oscar, Kilo, Echo. Who else is north? North or west? Hey, Mike. First time you had to take a bunch of relays on
Yeah, that's not work too well here.
you know what you're gonna have to do is you're just gonna have Rick's gonna have to put it.
We talked about that just a little while ago.
Yeah, well, did he say he was gonna fund it?
We started GoFundMe page.
Good luck with that.
I hear that, and we had 5 on C4.
5 on C4. Yeah, that's a little low. We had I wrote it down here. On DMR, we had a total of no. Yeah, that's right, 5. We had 5 on DMR, which is not too shabby. It's beats a say.
Well, maybe next week I'll be able to do the DMR.
Okay, that we got that program for that frequency, does he not?
I guess he does.
All right, well then you're in good shape. Anything else for the net, Mike?
No, that's all.
Very good, Michael. That's Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Was there somebody else in there? Wow, that very, I don't. It sounds like you're a little off frequency. I heard the Romeo. The first, what was the prefix on that? We're on 415.
Okay, is that better?
Oh, that's awesome. Is it Romeo Hotel? I don't think you've been on the net before, have you?
And now I have it. Mr. Reggie over here in Hendersonville.
Very good, Reggie. You sound great.
I just got my antenna back up today. Had it down there for a while. Put it back up. Didn't know if this thing was doing okay or not. You're just supposed to talk to.
Oh, awesome. Well, it's working great. What kind of the antenna there in? It's Hendersonville, you said, right?
About 20 foot, 22 foot, something like that.
Well, you must have a reasonably good elevation because you got a great signal coming over here to Montjulian. And Hendersonville's not tough unless you're down there by the a little tough.
Yeah, I'm not. My elevation's not good at all. I'm kind of down in a hole, but I guess it's maybe just radio turned all the way up, but it's a 100-watt radio. ICOM 746.
Ah, okay, very good. Yeah, it's a big signal. How do you like that 746?
Oh, I've had several radios, and I've like this was where it's got. That's all the bells and whistles and 2 meters and HF and everything, so it's a big display, and for the money, yeah, it's hard to beat.
Yeah, I got you. I always get a kick out of that, really. I mean, I've got a radio with a display, and as I look at it, I go, why did we get along without any displays at all? I'm here in Mount Juliet, right, almost at the corner of 40 and Mount Juliet Road.
Wow. Well, yeah, you're telling me too there. There's a couple of them in there I couldn't hear at all. I could hear a little bit of static. But anyway, I just want to jump in there and say good afternoon.
That call again was, and make sure I got the call. Was it November 4 Romeo Hotel?
That's correct.
Okay, very good. And by the way, but one of the reasons I have a big signal is because I'm at one of the higher locations in Mount Juliet. Not necessarily the highest. Me is lower. Where I am in Mount Juliet, and you probably know where Walmart is in Mount Juliet, I'm guessing, and I'm about a quarter mile behind them, and onto the west. But when I open up when I look out my back window, not now because the trees got leaves on them. When there's no leaves on the trees, I can see. I can see all the lights in Nashville. I'm over the elevation is such I'm Davidson County.
Yeah, seems like I got a pretty good shot from my place to where you're at. I get a pretty good signal from most people down in that area.
No, you're doing fantastic. Really, it's fortunate that I got a good elevation to begin with, and I've got that Diamond X700, which is a 24-foot tall, 2 meters 7. It outperforms anything I've ever had.
Right, right. Yeah, I think my elevation is around 5. It's not, like I said, I'm kind of down in a hole, but depends on which direction you are from me.
Oh yeah, well, that sounds like you're down in the cave compared to me because I'm at 686 feet. Oh no, it's in fact when I moved here, I wasn't even paying attention to the elevation, no idea, and then I was looking up the elevation and I said, I need to be doing a Simplexton Net because this is going to get out fantastic.
Right, right. Yeah, like I said, I just couldn't got my antenna up today and had to change coax. That's what I had on there. I had something wrong with it, but anyways, I got it going and got GP9, and it does a flat SWR all the way across.
Very good. Well, you're doing great, Reggie, and good to have you on the air. I hope to hear you again. That was November 4, Romeo. If you didn't hear it earlier, you can go to the groups.io site or by the way, is your email good on QRC?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just send you the information there. I don't need to go over it on the air, but I'll just whip it out to you later if you don't mind. Number 4, Romeo Hotel, Reggie in Hendersonville. Great signal for being down in in an open pit mine. Anyway, north or west.
Kilo 4, November Bravo Delta.
Oh no, I know that one either. Kilo 4, November Bravo Delta. Who is that?
Roger that. This is Nathan's second time here. I was here about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay, Nathan. Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks to me might be a lifetime because you're doing enough people on. Heard me at the front end. I probably had over 20,000 check-ins in the last 8 years, and there's a lot of various ones and it's just that sometimes a new call to me gets forgotten quickly because it's because it needs to be embedded after a few conversations, if you know what I'm saying. It doesn't really sink in for a little while.
Remember what you remember. That's awesome. You must be a real young fella. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm looking to get an eyeball on y'all one of these Saturday mornings.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, young fella. I'm 73, working on my 74th year. So remember, my children's names.
We're the same age. What month were you born in?
I was born in June.
January.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I was born in June of '49. So yeah, I guess it was my son, who is my youngest son, who is 2000. He was 15, and he all of a sudden realized, I don't know what he was looking at. He realized I was born in 19 before or not, and he said to me, he goes, Dad, you were born in the first half of the last century. Because we're 21st century. He thought anyway. Because 2000 is actually the end of the 20th century, but he says, and I go, yeah, think of it, man. It's like that isn't going to change, and somebody's going to say the same thing to you in 50, 60 years.
If we survive that long, if any of us survive that long, it's a crazy world out there.
Oh man, I'm not sure we know how crazy it really is. Anyway, that was Nathan. Nathan, where are you? I forgot.
Oh no, we're in White Creek, north of west, and right in between 24 and 65. Right, triangulized right in there.
Oh, very good, Whites Creek. Yeah, that's a good area to be in for sure. I love the name actually. I love names like that. Tennessee has their share of Tucker's Crossroads. You know, just the neat names of locations. Anyway, that was Nathan. Kilo Kilo for November, Bravo Delta. Who lives in this area knows where that is. And I'm a newcomer, well, 11 years here, so I don't know all the locations. Is there anyone else north of? Hey, Jack. Hey, thanks for hanging in there. And it was good to have you in the breakfast this morning. It was a decent turnout, I think. I mean, we seem to be averaging around a 10, 11, 12. Well, I'd like to say only the smart ones show up, but I'm pretty sure that's not true. Just going along here, so I'll let you go. Yep, right. That was Jack. He's resides. I said it's Jack in Donaldson. I guess it sounds like a trite saying. He's Jack resides. It's Kilo Golf for India Lima Victor. Who else is west? Hey, you had to wait this one out when you're on the west. Yeah, well, long time listener, first time caller. Everything all right since we talked earlier? Yeah, there's a 20 rate up to quad band for $88. So there's yeah, that's the 25 water, right? Yeah, for those who are hesitant in the live. Yeah, well, the 220 we picked up a lot of speed in a very short period of time on that 220 net, so it's encouraging, and I know I get that, but over time, I suspect that we'll just have to make it mandatory, but I can't do that. Yeah, well, the study project, search for extraterrestrial intelligence, is contacted me, and I'm a cool guy. I want to know if I want to help them out. Yeah, that's yeah, I'm sure. I wish everybody who knew all those smart people in the extraterrestrial search or knew what the heck they were doing. Yeah, well, and the rest is okay. Very good. That's Greg. And from an undisclosed location due to his new title, that's Kilo Delta 4 Charlie, Victor Echo. Anybody else west or anywhere? Okay, C4TNQ. Hey, Charles. Good to have you on that. See, you're one of the founding members in the 220. Thank you so much, but I'm perplexed why Michael can throw a 20 over signal on fusion, and he can't even break the squelch on me over here now. And he's on the same end. Yeah, I know. That's what I figured, and I could tell he was there, but I couldn't make him have a syllable whatsoever. All I could tell was he was just raising the S units up just maybe one. Oh. On this than you were for C4FM? No. No, I was using 700. So it's the X700 on both of them. Yeah. Isn't that strange? Can he hear you ring it out? Yeah, yeah. Well, he can hear you. Yes, Michael, you can hear. Yes, I can. Must be going right over your head there, Charles. Earth is 266 feet. Yeah, no, kind of. I don't know your elevation, but a lot of Nashville is down in a hole compared to Ashland City. Well, yeah, I'm definitely in the bowls and in the basin, you would say, but I don't know. I just can't believe that I couldn't hear him on FM just perfectly on TV, brother. You know, I've had enough confusion tonight with this propagation issue. And you know, it's C4FM was issue. I was sure I could hear him from Ashland City on C4FM, but it wasn't happening to me at all. One word he said. I just wonder if it was maybe desensitizing each other's radios, but y'all only like a mile apart. No, he was over in Ashland City tonight. Ashland City transmitting to the east. Oh, okay. Well, that makes. He was over there near you off of Mount Juliet Road. Normally he is, but tonight he was over at his brother's house over in Ashland City, and he's at a big elevation using an X700. Wow. Okay. Well, anyway,
anyway, Bob, good talk. See you this morning, and everyone have a good evening. KC14.
Well, it raises a big question, though. It's obvious that can have a huge effect because the difference between the DMR, I mean, the fusion and the 2 meters FM is he's got a little rough signal on 2 meters FM, but I couldn't hear him. Nothing. Wasn't breaking any squelch at all to me.
Well, that's funny. I can hear a word or two from you every now and then.
Well, that's all I'll let you have. Anyway, thanks, Michael. And thanks, Charles. Thanks for being there. That was Charles, Kilo Charlie 4, Tango November, Quebec. Who else? Anyway.
KF4, WPZ.
Hello, Chris. Got your call. Wrote it down right this time, Chris.
Can you remember where I live, though? Is it Hermitage or Donaldson or Old Hickory? Or?
I think it's probably H. So it could be Houston.
Close enough. Still Hermitage. I got a. I guess I got some C4 FM capability now. Hopefully, maybe try to get on internet. I've only done digital QSOs. Instead of getting on C4 FM, I guess I'm Simplex now. Simplex FM. Should have some capability inside the house instead of just in the car.
Very good. That's right. You got the 991A, so you're going to have fun with that.
Well, I downloaded the software, so I haven't done anything with it yet, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's nice because Yaesu. Well, that one costs money. That's right. Kenwood gives. Well, it's like Yaesu. RT Systems. Is that the one you got?
Yeah. Yaesu didn't even have on their website. I figured they'd have something, free, even if it wasn't that good. I said I'm not a with software. Money, although I think everybody agrees RT's got a better product. And with I always throw out something free, even if it's not that great. At least it's successful on the computer.
It's good to know that RT Systems. It works great. I've been using it for this, and I also use it on my 897D, H57. It works, and it's worth the money. Anyway, anything else for the net, Chris? I need to move on.
Nope, not at all. Yeah, 4WPZ back then.
That was Chris. Kilo India 4 Whiskey Bravo Zulu. He's in Hermitage, not Houston. Who else is anybody? Any place? Any place? So we're going to looking for the sandbaggers, lollygaggers, sulkers, slackers, in a new category, the lackeys. Anybody else out there?
Thank you, boy. Well, sorry for the late arrival, but better late than never, huh?
Well, there was two. I heard. Hold on a second, Tom. I had. Was it? Who was that?
K24AOJ out of town.
Hey, Alex. That was good to see you this morning. Yeah, very good. Hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, this was my second time.
Yeah. Hams are an eclectic bunch. You know that? Well, they're just various backgrounds. There's a lot of people in technical backgrounds and some with no technical background that get into ham radio. So it's kind of fun to see all the differences.
Yeah, the first time was fun because I only hear people and then I go there. I had no idea who was who, and I was looking for, who were the radio people, and I just thought I was just lurking, and somebody from Golden Corral and came out and like, "What are you doing here?" And
Yeah, that's yeah, it's hard. Yeah, there's no way you can easily add hams other than it's almost predominantly men, almost always.
Yeah, I should get one of those hats with a call sign. I think they're pretty useful in those situations.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They're not necessarily talking radio talk either. It's conversations run the whole gamut.
Yep. So that's all from me tonight. Thanks for
Yeah, very good. Alex, and I forget where you're located.
Southeast Nashville, basically borderline Antioch.
borderline Indiac. That's Alajan. Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Oscar Juliet. Good signal, by the way, Alajan.
No, it's your imagination off KM410.
I don't think that big a signal is my man.
Oh, yeah, well, good deal. It's good to know it's still working. Still hear you quite well, and there was I don't know if the band's been real good today or not, but what to offer, just waving my hand at you. It's been a while since I checked in, and we're just relaxing, watching some TV, watching TV Florida. We were happy about that. And now we're watching On Patrol, that line of cameras that follow the cops around in the different cities. That's pretty entertaining. Anyway, good evening to you and the rest, whoever can hear me. KM410.
Yeah, very good, Tom. Yeah, at this point, it's funny. In some cities, do you have any of the recordings from Houston?
Not tonight. I don't think tonight. But I think I've once or twice out of Houston, but I don't think they have it tonight. But I haven't been paying real close to it because so I don't know for sure. But they have just different cities around night to night.
No, the reason I say that, I just happened to read the last day or so. Houston has an annual kind of solemn affair in gunshots, gun shooting of something, gun deaths. And there was so many they didn't have time. There's 600 in the last.
Are you talking about just people in general, or just surely that's not police, is it?
No, just I think it's 100 people. It might include police. I don't know. I just saw the number and I said, man, I thought Chicago was bad.
Oh yeah, these guns are doing terrible things. They're picking up and they're just picking themselves up out of the racks and shooting people. We need to get rid of them.
No, that's right. I saw two guns out on my front lawn shooting at each other earlier today.
Yeah, I don't want to get started on all that, but yeah, it's I think what we need on the mental illness is so pervasive out there, and quit blaming the instruments and go to the root cause.
I get the biggest kick out of the arguments. The arguments are so dumb. So one of my favorites is it starts out, nobody needs, a 30-round magazine. And you go, says who?
That argument has no merit. I don't need a vehicle that'll run 180 miles an hour, but people
you don't need an 80-foot tower either.
Well, no, we may be jumping ahead of ourselves now. That depends, because even it has limitations. I've definitely found that out. It's certainly, but it definitely won't do everything.
No, I'm just making a point here. I mean, we could all live. I mean, I could have used three of my old radios, but I didn't. I bought a new one. So you know what I'm saying? It's a silly argument from no matter. I mean, nobody needs an 8-cylinder engine, but there's a lot of 8-cylinder engines out there.
Yeah, exactly. The argument that people don't need it has no validity because it's not the point. It has nothing to do with.
I agree. No, I find it humorous that they keep throwing out these. They're actually hilarious to me because they're like, are you serious? Did you think about saying that before you said it? Because it sounds moronic for that argument. So anyway, that was Tom. Kilo Mike 4 Tango. Signal. Anything else for the net before we jump over there, Tom?
No, sir. That's it. That's really more than I had. So I just wanted to say hi. We'll see you next time, Bob. KM410.
Yeah, very good. That was Tom in Rockville. Who else is Wester anyway? Hey, Joe, what are you waiting to be last?
Man, I just got home a while ago when I didn't call it. So, yeah, I guess I was.
I could be playing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, I had the capability.
Yeah, that's right. Very good.
band, live band. Yeah, pretty good time actually.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Get to see a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time. So yeah, it was pretty fun, pretty fun.
Well, yeah, there's certain music I don't like for the sake of the discussion, but I love to see talented people playing, doing music.
Oh yeah, they were even the bass players from the Alma Brothers players, Kevin Steele, I think he was named. They had a lot of really good cover bands up there. I mean, everybody played everything pretty much flawlessly.
For the net, before we move on, I gotta get rolling here.
No man, it's all you, brother. And, appreciate everything you're doing, man. It's KO4 OTC.
Joel, west of Ashland City, out in the woods. Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor. Who else? Anybody? Any place anywhere? Did we run out? No more sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, or lackeys? Very good. We had 32 check-ins. We're going to move right over to 144-240, unless I hear a complaint. All right, that's where we're going. Appreciate all the check-ins here. You can't be on the other one because it's followed up by the 50.135 on 6 meters. But anyway, one material. Wow, the noise level here is just horrendous. Anyway, this is 144-240. Hopefully the audio will be better than I'm hearing. Who is from the south? Please come in. Anybody from the south? Anybody from the east? Okay, I heard a couple in it. Boy, these sound conditions are horrible for this frequency tonight. You can see this crap on my screen. In there, Bill. I also heard Earl in there. Kilo Echo 4, Delta Echo Zulu. Very low though. This is terrible. It's the worst conditions I've seen beside me. Who else is out there? Well, this is the worst I've ever heard you on any. Apparently, it's some local. Yeah, I'm guessing it's local because it's covering it up. I'm wearing headphones too, and Earl and Bill, which are normal, just right here close, relatively close in Wilson County, and they were horrible. All right, very good. That was Tom and Rockfield, Kilo Mike 4, Tango Mike. Who else is south or east? Yeah, no, I got you in there, Earl. Yeah, the mic game did help, by the way. It did, but I say it was a little low, but I'm wearing a headset, so that helps out a lot. Who else is west or south or east? Yeah, okay, I got you. You sound pretty good there, Stan. That's Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Better than noise to go away. Who else is south or east? Southeast or north? Frank, are you hearing any of that noise?
I'm hearing like a warbling noise on your transmission. Like it's that off. I had to turn off my preamp because it was overloaded.
Yeah, no, a couple of like Stan had a little warble in there, so I don't know. It must be some odd conditions around here.
Yeah, I've never heard this before. This is new.
Dang, the Russian hackers, man.
Yeah, you're right. There's a warbling sound. I'm hearing it even on your. It's weird.
Yeah, strong as you are, you've got that. I can hear a warble in there as well. Anyway, Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Kilo here in Mount Juliet, the northwest corner. Who else is north? North or west? I heard 4 again, please. Was that Mike Kilo Delta? Does anybody have a copy on that? Because I really, the noise is killing it. Oh, okay, very good. KM4YRF, very good. I was unable to hear that. Very good. That's Mike, Michael in Wow, that's really bad signal. Who else is west? A bad signal, good signal, but I just can't hear him well. Who else is west? Copying the stations tonight, Jay.
Sounds like you. It sounds terrible.
Okay, so it's not just me.
No, it's everywhere. I can filter it out, but it's not the radio.
Wow, yeah, that's some. You can see it on the screen here. It's just these spikes and the noise are just.
Anyway, thanks for checking me in.
Very good. That was Jack, who resides in Donaldson. Kilo Golf for Indiana West. West or anywhere. Okay, Charles. It's Kilo Charlie 4 TNQ. That's what it is. I had to think about that for a second. Kilo Charlie 4 TNQ. Are you copying? Are you having it on that noise? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's really odd conditions, and I think some of this is obvious extension of the problems we had on 2 meters. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, sideband is fantastic on this net. It's always been good. I can't think of a time that Jack, has it ever been bad on sideband on 2 meters? Jack might have stepped away. Anyway, it's always been good. And Charles, I can hear you fine. It's just that's Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Anybody else west?
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
Yeah, I wasn't close to the radio. I've never heard it this bad.
Yeah, normally it almost sounds as good as FM.
Sometimes even better.
Yeah, it gets out very well. But tonight is again those danged Russian hackers. Anyway, thanks, Jack. Who else is west or anywhere? Any place, anywhere? All righty, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Big 9 check-ins on upper sideband. I'm moving over to 50.135. Somebody announced it on. Michael can hear me, but that'd be whoever. For Jack, you ought to do it because I don't think Michael can talk to everybody on 415 FM. But I'm gonna move over to fifth. I'm sorry, move it over to 50.135. I'll be there momentarily. This is K4PEW on 50.135. Looking for check-ins from the south. Please come down. Nobody from the south. Over to the east. Got anything into the east? Please come down.
Kilo 4.
Hey, good. That's the biggest signal I've heard in a couple of minutes. How you doing?
Trying to get over here.
Yeah, very good. Maybe bad as I think. I hear some noise here locally, but your signal's fine.
Yeah, I'm getting a humming sound, just a little bit of a humming sound.
Yeah, very good. Well, you sound good. I mean, in spite of that, you got a good signal. That's Bill, Kilo 4 Whiskey uniform. Who else? And he's in Possumtown. Who else is wherever it was, west? No, south. No, south, east, or north? Anybody south or east? Say again. South or east? Please come again. Southeast or north?
WB0NOL.
Hey, there you go. How's it sound to you there, Mark, up your neck of the woods?
Well, you sound really good. And I heard most of it. It's one from the east. That was about it.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's all we got at the moment is Bill over there in the Possumtown, north of the Lebanon area. But Mark, I still hear that buzzing in the background. I mean, you've got a good signal coming in here, but there's a strong buzzing. In fact, you'll have to hear it on the YouTube video if you can, or if you go back and listen to it at an hour and 20 minutes in. Man, we got to move on. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar Oscar. Who else is north? North or west? Hey, very good. You sound good there, Joel.
Yeah, man, I can hear the majority. I can kind of pull out somebody with the
Yeah, very good. Well, my position with the elevation works well for you, obviously, because we can connect almost every time well.
Well, I tell you, it really sounds like they're using it. I mean, it's really loud.
Very good. Glad to hear it. I'll have to hook up my amp and we can even be better. Anyway, that's Joel in at west of Ashland City. Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor. Who else is west? Was that Jack? Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor? Jack, was that you?
That is Jack.
Was that Jack? I mean, somebody else talking to me on the radio, but was that Jack in there?
It was a Kilo Charlie 4 call.
Oh, so it was Kilo Charlie 4. Very good. That was TNQ, I take it. Is that who that was?
I didn't catch the last of the stuff because I heard of it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm having to relay Fox Bay, KV4 TV, that we got.
Okay, we had Jack in there. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Is that correct? Yeah, Jack, I can barely hear that you're in there. Did I also hear Charles in there? Kilo Charlie 4, Tango November, Quebec? Well, I don't have a confirmation on that, so it must be my imagination. But we had Jack and Donaldson there. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Anybody else west or anywhere?
Yeah, that was Charles.
Okay, very good. It was Charles. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was hearing things or not. Charles, appreciate you being in there. These conditions, for me at least, are horrible tonight. I'm sorry about that. That was Charles, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango, November, Quebec. Well, Charles, try to transmit again for me. Okay, now I got you. I got you in there. That was a pretty good signal for what the problems I have here, so I can hear you well. That was Charles, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango, November, Quebec. Who else is any place? Is there any stations I can't hear? All righty, we'll take it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 6 check-ins, and there might have been more that I couldn't hear, but I'm sorry about that. You'll have to go and listen to the. You have to come and listen to the noise I'm hearing here on the, and on my side of the fence here. It's just it's awful. It's the worst I've heard 6 meters. And it was the worst I ever heard the 2-meter upper sideband as well. At least localized for me. I'm going to blame Walmart or the Chrysler dealer near my house. Anyway, good to have you all in there. It's K4PEW. Appreciate all the check-ins and hope to hear you on the air. K4PEW, closing the net.